with 2020, through what you went through, right? And then you
Mm-hmm.
bring up the loss of your father, and then
Mm-hmm.
loss of Tony, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you're looking in and you're looking in to see what your purpose and values are for you personally, what did you come up with on the other side? Was it this book? Was it something different? What did that look like
Mm-hmm.
for you?
Yeah, I mean, the whole process of the book was so like it was sold like at the beginning of 2020. I was like, oh, I got this book to write and I can write it. And then all the things that happened in 2020, like culminating into like, from the pandemic to like social unrest and then all these things. And
Yeah.
then Tony passed in November, the end of that year. So I had 6 weeks, 5 weeks out when I had to finish the book from the day he died.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just thrown into a tailspin because like there was no way I could process all this and write finish the book at the same time.
Yeah.
So it really just thrust me into a place of questioning and asking myself all these things I've been doing and saying for the last 10 years with delivering happiness, do they
Mm-hmm.
remain true to me? Like I was testing myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I love being the guinea pig of my own crazy stuff.
That's where it
So
starts. So that's
yeah, it's
good.
where it starts. It's like so in that period of time, I put myself into the ringer of what it means when I lost my dad 18 years ago. Uh, he was too young. It was heartbreaking. I mean, I still live with that today in just terms of how I deal with that. And then Tony died in a very, like he was young. He was like 47 years old. So like who
Yeah.
expects to die at the time? And there were so many questions, so much media of like, why did that happen? I thought he was delivering happiness. So all these things just like
Mm-hmm.
pushing me to my ultimate test and basically asking myself if I can drink my own champagne of what I say in delivering happiness. And it just thrust me into a different place of just like, I was in a mode of, I don't even know if I can write this, into a mode of, I know exactly what I need to write. It was really going through the process of digesting all that happened in 2020 and culminating with Tony's death and pushing my own limits to substantiate or not what my own purpose and values were. And then it became clear that my purpose and values still same, like remain the same. It was the revelation that there's a great Rumi quote that that I think I mentioned in the book too, but basically the cure for pain is in the pain. And I brought that into what happiness means. And I realized that the heights of my happiness, it only can happen higher and go higher if I go into the depths of the pain. And so by going through that process, I realized that what it means to be happy, and therefore this book, that's why it's called Beyond Happiness. Like that title didn't come up until the very end. After I finished writing it, it was just like, well, this is beyond happiness, because it's reinforcing and asking myself and being curious about, are these still my purpose and values? And after going through that ringer, I was like, hell yeah, this is. And I feel it even more because of these reasons of being able to understand our highs and lows and being able to like embrace those feelings and therefore be better authentically within ourselves, be better
Mm-hmm.
leaders, build bigger companies, grow and help,
Mm-hmm.
help humanity as to where we are right now. It's such a big charter, but we all can do it. And I've seen it and I know we are doing it. But that to me was, yeah, very, very like substantive as to where I am. Thanks for asking
That's
that question.
I mean, it was clear in the book. You even mentioned it. You start with me, you go through this whole process, and then you end with me. Right.
Mhm.
So I love that you just answered it just like that, by the way. So
Thank you. It wasn't by design. I didn't even know you were going to ask that question, but yeah, it really did end with that.